Let's talk about vitality. I'm going to tell you about me losing vitality and regaining it again, and this actually relates to the workplace, and it may be something that's relatable to some people that feel like they've hit the top of a career peak, or they're just wondering, what do I do next? There's no such thing as work-life balance, guys. It's just life balance, right? So if you find a job that you love, or you find things that you love to do in work, it sometimes doesn't seem like work, right? Like, this isn't work to me. Or me creating content, or like sitting on a plane, creating presentations and things like that, that's not actually work. Like, that's just something I love doing. And so some of you may be familiar with the story of my clinics, but essentially my purpose, which I prefer to say instead of why, Suze 2.0 was to create these multidisciplinary clinics, which I created at Wellness Embodied. We wanted to look after the whole person, not just a body part. And we wanted to look after both the mental and physical health needs, and put in place like innovative preventative medicine and so on. And so we have all that, right? It's been 7.5 years. That's awesome. I've kind of almost achieved that vision. We're over 70% of the way towards our BHAG, which was to help, which is big, hairy, audacious goal, which was to help more than 10% of the Ken's population to live happier and healthier lives. Just this year, we invested in hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which is amazing. If you look into a lot of the research on it, it's incredible. I look at it for everything. I'm like, oh, hang on, I don't really want to get that. I don't want to get glaucoma. My mum's probably going to kill me. She's got like an early stage of glaucoma. I was like, can I do hyperbaric oxygen therapy for that? So that's me in the chamber. And that's all great and wonderful, right? And so people look at me externally and go, oh, you're so successful. It's so great. You're doing so well. And I hit a point at which I would go to things and, you know, all these people will be telling me this. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, because I didn't really feel it. And I think a really important thing to point out here is thriving is so much more than just external success. It's actually how we feel in our bodies and minds. And so last year I won the Ken's Businesswoman of the Year award. And so this is me on stage. We hit probably a major goal. We took home 2 awards that night. I had 2 tables of people. It, you know, looked great. Everybody was coming up congratulating me. And the next day, I just felt so empty. And over the months since then, I've done a lot of work with a coach and a lot of work with myself. And there's 2 things to this for me. There's like medical hormonal changes and stuff, which is a lot of things I've been working on. And this is why it's really important to actually tune into your body and realize what's normal for you, because sometimes it's not actually the problem of the people around you being really annoying. It's actually something that's going on with your hormones. But secondly, it's actually the work you're doing and how you're investing your time during the day. And so I did a lot of work with a tool called the Working Genius. And I realized that in work, my zones of genius are around big picture thinking and invention and ideas and coming up with solutions. And what I was doing was spending all this time in my zone of frustration, which was like getting everyone together around that. And so I hired someone to do that at the end, so it's great. But it's a constant journey. It's not just that easy, but it's a constant journey in looking and going, well, where have I lost some vitality, either in work or in my relationships?